anticipating a chance to run into you. Sitting for hours. One day even sat through a rain shower. For just a glance, a chance to talk to you. You probably wonder how I even know you. For now, you're just my dream. When I wake, I hope you talk to me. Hear my city outside.
My bad.
We never had that. Never have that ever happen.
My bad.
Yeah, that would happen on my day. My time. If we just tore y'all ears up, so sorry.
My bad.
So sorry. Yeah. It's the Shanny JackMe Show. Sunday fun day where everybody is a celebrity. Everybody. Not just Puff Daddy. Alright? Y'all think that Puffy's a celebrity. Y'all see what he got going on. A lot of junk. You know what I'm saying? So but we here and we blessed, you know, every day is a birthday. When we wake up, every day is a birthday. We got a second chance to get it right, even though we don't be getting it. But we try. But I am here with Lace Taste.
Oh, yo, what's going on,
Got
y'all?
Lace Taste in the building.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate you coming. You guys traveled across the waters to get here. You know, y'all know we on the desert island. It's just us. You know, Misfits Radio. Got DJ Lab in the building.
That's right.
That's my DJ. Oh, that's my DJ. Go, DJ. DJ Lab is my DJ. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about house music. He is house music.
That's right.
So understand that DJ Lab is always here working, always willing to work, and we are accepting donations.
That's right.
All the time, man. Get that garage door fixed.
We gotta get the garage door fixed. So, you know, we'll take any kind of donation, 50 cents, you know, however you feel good to give, we are here for it, you know. And also, we would like for you to call in. 678-740-9894. If you got any questions, again, 678-740-9894. Now, and I know a lot of you probably like Lace Taste. Who is he? You know, again, he's a celebrity. You know, just like how some of y'all just found out about Keith Lee, you finna find out about Lace Taste. Right. I just found out about Keith Lee last week whenever he came to Atlanta and did his thing. So understand that he's on the prowl. Lace Taste, not Keith Lee. We talking about Lace Taste. Lace Taste, give out your name. Let everybody know your name just for, you know, because people don't want to walk up. Lace Taste?
No,
not real name. We just want...
Oh, yeah, Lean. Well, Lean. Yeah, I go by Lean.
This is Lean.
Yeah, well.
And it sounds Muslim. Is that...
It is actually. It's actually like a nickname.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Muslim.
It's Muslim.
Yeah,
okay.
I was born Muslim.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
very good. That's and so I just got to get off of all the topic that we want to start off. So how do you feel about what's going on now over in Israel? Because I know is it the because see I'm still confused.
Yeah.
Is it the Muslims or the Jew? What's going on? How do you register with that?
I'm not that well versed in it. I think it's sad on both ends whenever, you know, innocent lives are, you know, being taken.
Right.
Babies and civilians and things like that. That's always, you know,
not a good thing.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So, you know, because I think I saw a bunch of Muslims yesterday. They was downtown, had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
so
Palestinians.
Yeah, so I you know, I my heart
love
goes
and prayers to all of the innocent lives involved.
Yeah,
and,
man, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, it's foul.
So enough of the sad talk. So I had a friend sent me a food, because I'm a foodie. I love to eat. And I don't know if they sent that because they knew that, but they sent me your picture or your video off of Instagram. You was doing a critique on Mr. Everything. And the song that we just opened up with was Outside Your Door, was the song that you attached to that video. Okay. And first I was like, damn, that's my song. You know, I'm like, oh, what? So I thought, you know, had the flashback. I'm like, dang, I ain't heard that in so long, you know, because see, R&B is just missing right now. And so I went to your page and I saw how you deliver the food critique. And I was like, if this is not everything that I like, you know, food, music, and then poetry, because that's how you deliver your critiques.
Right.
And I like it. So tell me, how did you get started doing this food critiquing?
It started about maybe a year or so ago when I made my first video. Well, a little over a year now. It might have been like last August or so. But it was just something that I've always done without knowing I was doing it, if that makes sense. Like, I had a whole bunch of food videos in my phone, because obviously we got to eat every day.
Right.
And at that time in particular, I was eating out very often. Like, I wasn't even...
Okay, so that was before the recession, y'all.
Yeah.
That was before now.
Yeah, I wasn't even attempting to really cook nothing. Like, so I was just, that was something that was a fixed expense. Like, yo, I'm gonna eat out. Like, this is just what I'm gonna do.
That's
I
right.
mean?
That's right.
So yeah, I would have a whole bunch of food videos in my phone, and I'm heavy into music.
Okay.
So on my story, this was back when the stories would only there would only be 15 seconds allotted for each slide. I mean, so once I took that into account, I would like make sure my video was 15 seconds, and I put a little song on it, and people would like find it funny or find it just intriguing.
Entertaining.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And just one day I happened to just do a voiceover and just freestyle it, and people took a liking to it. So I just said, I got all of these
food
joints
videos
in my phone, so I'm gonna just let them go and just stay consistent. And now we, a year and change later, and it's gaining some traction.
And it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Because here I am like, who is this? Who is this?
Yeah,
So, I'm listening to you talk, and you kind of sound New Yorkish.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So, let's go.
That's correct.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm from upstate New York, a very small town named Ellenville.
Okay.
It's about an hour and a half from the city. It's like a small, like, rural kind of... Because, when you think of New York, obviously you think of the 5 boroughs. But there's a whole rest of the state.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm up there with it. But I've been in Atlanta for some time, so it's kind of like I split my time. Like my childhood and formative years was in New York, and my adult years was spent in Atlanta. So
okay. So you did high school.
I graduated high school out here. I came out here my senior year of high school, actually.
Okay.
So that was interesting in itself.
So what made you come?
My mother.
Oh, you bring your ass down here to the country. You up here, you reckless. Come on down here. You gonna they start you out here. You standing outside. You doing stuff that ain't about nothing.
It's funny you say that, because that's pretty much how it went down.
I know that's probably how it went. When mama's call, you got to go. Get in this house. That's how she was. Get in this house. You need to get on back down here.
Cause she moved out here a year prior to me.
Okay.
I stayed with my cousin up there my junior year of high school, and my mom moved down, and of course the door was open for me to move down, but I was like stubborn. Like I'm already a junior too, so I was playing basketball. I was like, yo, I want to finish here. Like, I don't want to just start over. And I wasn't handling my business how I was supposed to. My grades started slipping and things of that nature, so she had to make the executive decision.
That's right, because you're not gonna do right.
And
you're not gonna do
and
right.
in hindsight, it was absolutely the best choice. No question.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
She saved your life.
Yeah. Because like I said, like I don't want to make it sound like I was out there thugging and bugging and nothing.
Right, so don't get it twisted now. I wasn't that game banging.
I just was a little off point, you know what I mean? And where I'm from, there's not really much going on. It's like I said, it's a rural community, small place, and
you can easily get into trouble.
You know what I mean? And just not a lot of outlets for your
job wise, community kind of shout out. Everybody just stand to themselves. Everybody know everybody.
Exactly.
Nobody just really. It's no broad, horizon. It's just this is it.
Absolutely.
So it was like a dead end.
For sure.
So. Okay, so the foods that I see you critiquing in the restaurants, they seem to be vegan style, plant-based, healthy eating.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you get on this healthy ride? You know, what made you decide, okay, when I get here, so when you was in New York, were you eating healthy?
I was eating everything but pork. Like I said, I was born Muslim, so I never ate pork.
So you had the chicken, beef, you know, all that.
Yeah.
Do you eat that now?
Nah. I'm strictly plant-based now for about 4 years.
Okay.
Now, I just really got disciplined and strict on not eating dairy. So for maybe like 3 years or so, I was vegetarian. You could say. So I was eating cheese and dairy, and slowly but surely I was just omitting it from my.
So what made you decide to cut dairy?
What the health? You ever seen that?
Yeah, that milk. That changed a lot of people's perspective on bad eating.
Right.
You know, and they did a good job with putting that out. You know, so
I'm not gonna say always, but my mother has always been somewhat health conscious. Like when I was born, in my early years, I was vegetarian. So she started me out like that.
Okay.
And then like I started eating chicken and fish. And then I remember like yesterday, the first time I had beef. I didn't eat beef for the longest.
Really?
The first time I had beef, I was in 7th grade. And it was a Whopper. That's how I stepped in the game. I remember.
Burger King Whopper will do it every time.
I remember like it was yesterday. I was at my big cousin Talib's house, and that's how I came. It was like an event. You know what I mean? Like I got the Whopper and I tried to eat it, and it was too much for me. Like I could only eat like half of it. You know what I'm saying? And so
your body immediately made you full.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was too much, too fast. Wow. So one little burger.
Yeah, and it wasn't even the whole thing.
Junior.
Yeah.
They just gave you a Whopper Junior.
Right.
No cheese. But what I love about Burger King, and shout out to Burger King, because they do have a good little meat, good burger. Yeah. It's the onions, the tomatoes, and the lettuce. I love that about the Whopper. I do. I really do love that about the Whopper. So that was your first time eating beef. So how long did you go eating beef after that?
Probably until fairly recently. Like it never became like a staple in my diet. Like it was just if we was at a cookout, I'd get a burger. Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I would eat a burger, I guess fairly regularly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't really thought about it, but it was my mainstays was fish and chicken for the most part.
Right.
So I say that to say like giving up beef wasn't really about nothing. Like that was like I'd be okay with that.
Right, because it wasn't a major.
Yeah, it's not like I was eating steaks and all that. Like that was like once in a blue type thing.
Okay.
So yeah, fairly recently. So that was the first thing I was like, all right, I'm not eating this anymore. And then slowly I would just omit, chicken, and I was like pescatarian for.
Okay.
So it was a gradual process. Like it wasn't like a
just cut cold turkey.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg going cold turkey on the weed.
Right.
I know he's stressing.
Yeah. You've seen the pictures he been putting up.
Like,
he looks sad.
He really finna cut his wrist. We gotta keep him on suicide watch.
Keep him in our prayers. Know what I mean?
So I say that to say, because a lot of people have problems with trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
And they try to do it immediately, because they like, okay, I gotta stop this. I need to stop. So I no meat, it's on they suffering.
Mm-hmm.
They start not knowing what to eat, not knowing how to cook, just vegetables. Because even myself, I eat everything still, but I have noticed that it's moderation of everything. I don't eat. You won't see me just eating pork chop. Now I do love bacon. I'm sorry, and I don't even have to apologize. Shit, I fucks with the bacon. It's like a morning thing. It's just talking about it. Growing up on it. Just wanting it. And but it's still not like I just eat it all the time.
In moderation.
And pork chops, I haven't had one in a long time. The beef, I need to add more in it because of my anemic, my blood type. my protein goes down fast.
Right.
And it doesn't my protein level always is like, what's going on? You know, and I do the spinach, you know, I try to eat everything, the kale, you know, that replenishes protein, but it's just not enough. So every
you just
now
gotta
and then
eat a lot of it for it to equal up.
To what your body needs. You know, so I'll every now and then go get a steak, you know, or just I'll probably buy a pack of steak. And I cook one, you know, and just eat that way, you know, and still not knowing if that's enough, you know, because it's not like you could measure.
It's hard to quantify.
It's hard to, you know. So with that being said, how do you? I'm sure you feel good.
Yeah, I do.
You know, because you know, healthy, you slim, your skin looks good. You drink a lot of water.
I do. That's really all I drink.
This is horrible to me.
Yeah. Nah, we gotta get you.
You see what I got? I got the little one, and I gave you the big one. I'm like, no, this is all that I'm doing.
Nah, water is life, man.
Water really is life.
That's really all I drink now.
So everybody, you see us, we're trying. I'm trying real bad, but I don't drink drinks.
Yeah.
I really don't drink juice.
Yeah.
So I'm really not hydrated at all.
But I know exactly what you mean though, because when I was a child, I was drinking juice heavy, soda heavy, like iced tea out the powder joint.
Really?
Lipton, like all of that foul, sugary
nothing
stuff. Yeah, you know
for
what I mean? And water was not on the menu like that. You know what I mean? But it's been a while now. I think it was because my weight would fluctuate. Like when I was in middle school, I had like a chunky phase. Then I had a growth spurt and got slim. And then as a grown up, you know, you depressed, so you start eating and you know what I mean. Like my joint would just keep fluctuating and
my weight didn't never go up and down.
Yeah,
it just stayed down.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me to meet certain goals, one of the things that I had to do was just drink water. Like that was one of the things that I decided. Because at one point, like I'm like 175 now. At my peak, which was many moons ago, maybe like 2013, something like that. I was like 225 pounds.
Really?
I got fat. Know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I got fat. So.
But you got fat, but you was not eating meat like that.
Well, no. Back then I was. 2013.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's 4 years.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha,
I was eating everything back then, but I got real big and it got out of hand. I'm like, yo, we gotta figure this out.
So with your family, do you have family that is heavy? How does your background or your families carry on you?
I would say obesity is prevalent in my family.
Okay.
Diseases. All of my elders have died from disease, one way or another.
Diabetes, cancer, heart issues.
Yeah,
things
all of
of
that.
those natures. Because of the food, you think?
I think largely due to that. I think largely also due to the lack of physical fitness. Just not knowing, like this is all new to everybody. Like with the internet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like we didn't really know no better. Like we used to eat until you have the itis. Like that was like
that was the end result.
Yeah, that was like what you thought. What that meant. I ate enough.
Good. Right,
you know
right. So a bunch of y'all gonna be itis out Thanksgiving. You know,
like that's
and Thanksgiving is canceled on my end because I can't afford that. Me and Lab was talking earlier.
Yeah.
I said I don't see how people finna go out there this week.
Yeah.
And spend because.
Especially if nobody pitching in.
Now that's first.
You know
that's why I said won't be no coming to my house eating my 1 meal that I'm finna have to stretch for a month because that's what time it is. Lab, could you get up and just tell me how? Because today we was just talking about we're in a food recession. So Lab, could you explain how it was on your because he's still distressed.
I'm distraught. I'm sorry. I'm distraught. I was hurt. I was hurt.
Right.
So I went to the store. I'm not going to say name store. I went to the store and, you know, I usually don't, in my mind, I don't budget what I'm going to buy, especially if I know I'm just going to get a little bit of stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So, you know, I went to the store, got like 2 loaves of bread. I eat everything. So we have dialed back a lot. We have dialed back from eating pork and a lot of beef. You know, it's a process. Because you know, a few years ago, back in like 2017, 18, I had got down to like 186. But I was still. This was the kicker. I was still eating what I wanted. Right. But I was exercising like 2 or 3 hours a day every day. So that was the difference. And I was like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just dropping the weight, but I was doing cardio. I was like really working out. But anyway, besides that, so I went to the store and this was like last week, and I bought 2 loaves of bread, a pack of chicken tenders, some tenders, not breasts,
4 or 6 come in the pack,
right? Yeah. Some lunch meat, 2 juices, and some grapes. And I think that was just enough. And cheese. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, now this is going to be $45. It's going to be $45, $50. It was $88. And my heart sank down because even though I had the money to get it, it was just the point. I'm thinking to myself, I ain't did. You know, I'm like, oh, great. I ain't bought a lot. I got a basket. Like a ham. I was like, I ain't bought a lot. I'm good. You know, I'm just going to get this. And man, it hurt my heart. Like
$88 for 2 bags. Walking out the store with 2 little bags.
$88. It's real outside, man.
So I say that to say Thanksgiving is canceled. Right. You would not come to my house and get my $40 turkey. You know what I'm saying? These collard green seeds, you know, none of that. So I just feel for the people that are trying to do this. Right. You know, and society have us messed up to where we're trying
to. Like you have to.
We have to do this. You don't have to gather. You know, and family has to realize we can come over each other's house and eat anytime. You don't have to gather because of this one day. You know, and I got a family member that's inviting us over. We ain't seen over 8 years. And they saying come over to eat. First of all, where y'all been? You know what I'm saying?
Let's start there.
First, let's go there. Where have you guys been? We haven't talked. We haven't phone called. We had nothing. You know, so why should we feel compelled to come over there to eat? You know, and you know, because usually when you gather, you congregating, and you're you know, getting back together, laughing about good memories. We finna be over there fighting. We finna go over there and be having some bad shit. You know what I'm saying? because we haven't figured out where y'all been. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that society they don't have this, you know, we've been programmed so well to do things because they're asking us to do
And
things.
that's when people get off too. I mean, that's probably a big reason too. Like get off of work and things like that.
That's what for me. That's what that is. That's the day off.
Because nobody's really celebrating Thanksgiving. Like you feel me? Like the
when we grew up.
Yeah. Well, what I mean when I say that is like the origin of the
meaning
holiday.
For it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like. It's kind of foul. It's foul.
Because it was they did the Indians wrong, and you know that ain't nothing to be thankful about.
Exactly. This year they changed it.
Friendsgiving.
Boy, get out of here! Yeah. Don't tell me that.
I think Friendsgiving is like separate. Like that's just when friends like get together and have their own separate with their peer group, and not their family.
Not the family.
You know what I mean?
So it's Friendsgiving and then Thanksgiving. Yeah. So you think I'm finna cook for both of y'all? you think I'm finna give up my little $100 to cater to this? Yeah. No, y'all just come over when we do the bologna sandwiches. You know, the turkey and meat. Don't nobody want to come over your house when you making sandwiches. Why? Come on over for the sandwich, man. Don't come over here for the
where the love really at.
You know what I'm saying? Don't come when you think I done bought all these groceries and shit. You know.
So come for the sandwiches.
Yeah, come for the sandwiches and stuff. You know, the little water. Let's just talk. You know, don't come on here and try to eat up my food and then don't wash no dish. Yeah. You know, then got nerve to have styrofoam plates in your trunk.
To go.
Don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
Let me ask you a question, Lace Taste, real quick. I know you say you based your reviews off the restaurants based off you say you vegan, right?
Yeah.
I guess what I wanted to ask, I know restaurants are one thing. Have you ever thought doing like because a lot of people say it's hard to eat healthy. Right. It's expensive.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the fresh lettuce cost this or that. Have you ever thought about this, maybe doing a couple of videos a month and saying, going to the grocery store and say, hey, you can get this lettuce, you can get this right here for this, and you can make this meal for this price.
That's a good idea. I haven't thought about
because, you know, we all say, oh, it's expensive. And it is expensive. Like, you buy fresh lettuce, fresh spinach, all fresh stuff to try to eat
It don't
healthy.
last in the
It don't last long.
Right.
You gotta get
You
right
have
to it.
to eat
Right. You have to eat it right then.
Right.
So I don't know if you've ever thought about maybe trying to do it where you can show people you can buy this, have this for 2 days and go do this.
Yeah. Nah, that's a great idea.
Because you do eat healthy. You're vegan, and a lot of people won't eat healthier because they say it just doesn't. It's not economical for them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, how I process that is I don't know whether or not it's that much more expensive, but let's say it is for the sake of the conversation.
I think it's more expensive because you have to eat it quicker than
something. Right. It don't last as long. Shelf life. Yeah.
So like if I'm buying something that's frozen or whatever, I can leave that. I can have that for a few days, 4 or 5 days. Whereas I buy something fresh, after 2 or 3 days, it's gonna go bad.
Right.
Unless you freeze it as soon as you get it.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's a trick.
Also, how I process it is just like it depends on how you look at it, because it could be expensive on the front end, but them doctor bills.
It's gonna be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you have to look at it
that health insurance, or if you don't have it, the copay or whatever, however it comes out, that's your meal. That was your meal you could have just bought versus that $50, $75 deductible.
But you guys know though, in all honesty, most of us don't think like the back end. We always picture what's in front of us,
of course,
because we never think about tomorrow or what's going to cost us later on. That's with everything that we buy.
Right.
But that's all black people, and because and it's funny that I just saw something how Asians, whites, anybody but us. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about the end game. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about my children, my legacy. My what can I leave behind for the next group of children or family that I have? But us, we thinking about what I'm gonna eat today, I need this money today, and then it also comes down to we ain't got it like that.
And I was about to say it's more come down to economic opportunity.
That's what I was about to say.
We don't have as many.
I think there's reasons for that for sure. Mm-hmm. Like our maybe short-sightedness, given the plight that we
have short living
in this country. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's not to make an excuse. Like we got to get past that. We got to like have some foresight and prepare for the next days.
And some discipline.
Absolutely.
Because it's definitely the discipline is where we really lack at. Yeah. Because we will go spend $120 on tennis shoes when you could have bought $120 groceries.
Right,
you could have got you a pack of fish, some salmon, a pack of shrimp. Your lettuce that's gonna not let it kale, because lettuce is just water. Lettuce is not even real. It don't even have any nutrient value. I
think romaine is your best bet if you're gonna go lettuce that has some nutritional value.
Okay, so give us some food then.
Like iceberg and all that. That's
some crap. That's something.
But it kind of goes to what I was saying as far as my family, like as far as thinking ahead. Like I've seen it with my own too. The result of not taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Time and time again, to the point where I thought that was normal. Like going to a funeral. Like, of course it's and at the time I was a kid and my relatives was way older, so there was a bit of a disconnect as far as the relationship. Mm-hmm. So it didn't hit as hard.
Right.
But I'm just speaking to I thought that was normal. Like, yo, you get old and you get a disease. Like, that's just how the game go. Like that was normal. Like every funeral that I've been to from an older relative, it was due to some type of illness. So I didn't, until fairly recently, not recently, it's been a while now, but just realized it doesn't have to be that way.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And but the only way we gotta change the cycle. We gotta honor them. That's how I look at it.
Right.
Honor the people that have succumbed to certain illnesses by not repeating the cycle. You know what I mean? You see somebody drink their life away and succumb to alcoholism, and you're gonna do the same thing. Like, that doesn't make no sense.
Right.
And it's damn near disrespectful.
Right. And that's true.
Whoever fell victim to that.
Right. We gotta definitely change our mindset and thinking on how we treat our body. We really, I guess we
only
think,
get one.
That's what I know, but I was just about to say that. It seems like we think we got another chance, or we always say, well, okay, I'm going to get it right this time.
Right. I think a lot of times it's more of the YOLO. You only live once type of
attitude. Right.
And with me, coming from childhood of my mother being alcoholic and drug addicted, and me having to raise myself as a child, and sometimes not having food. I know and this is just recent last couple of years. I know it's myself. I will eat because I'm so traumatized from not being able to.
And see, that's me.
You get what I'm saying?
Food insecurity.
Right. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. You know, when I was growing up, it would be 2 or 3 days sometimes before I could get anything to eat.
Right.
So then, you know, and and I was married. I got 3 children and everything. And all through that time I was married, I would be like, you know, we got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know. We go and I know it wasn't. How you thinking. Right. I know it wasn't, you know, the case because I worked hard. We did everything we could to take care of our children, you know, our family. But it was just the psychological
wiring,
thing.
Right.
The wiring, like,
and see, even that's me too. I had food insecurities, just like you said, mother, drug addicted, not enough. Mama, please don't be watching.
Right.
Cause she hates
that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago because now she's, you know, she's 30-something, probably 40s, 38. 35 years clean and living good, you know, living healthy. You know, she's not eating like that. She's not drinking. She's not doing none of those things. So shout out to my mom. But I remember the mayonnaise sandwich. I remember just the egg and mayonnaise. I remember I used to be so bougie with the poorness. I used to make toast and I would put mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard.
Spice it up real quick.
And I swore I had steak. You couldn't tell me that it was some meat or it wasn't no meat on that bread.
Right.
And then I was young and I would put the toast on top of the eye. You know, and it was so funny that I'm thinking about this right now. I would put the toast on top of the eye, cut the fire on. There was no toaster, and I would toast. That's how I toasted the bread. Right. And I had enough sense to know to pull it off just in time so the bread would not burn up or catch on fire. And it was crunchy, and that's just how it was. And even now, when I go to people's barbecue, y'all don't know. Y'all, please don't ban me from y'all house. Do you understand? I'm watching everybody fixing plates. And I'm like, what the hell they getting all the food from?
Right.
So I'm monitoring what people are putting on the plates. Cause I'm thinking about when I'm finna go fix the plate. I got to have some food on the plate. And I would always used to eat slow so the food I could still have food, you know. And even with a bag of chips, I used to eat all the small chips first and then, the big chips. So when you said food insecurity, I know that. I still have that, you know, and I used to carry, oh God, when I say, it was a rough ass life. I used to have sandwiches in my coat and a bag of chips. They used to call me Chip. Because I used to snack. I used to have something, you know, even in school when my mom made us a lunch. I ate my lunch before lunch, and then when lunch come, I'm pissed off. I'm like, oh, I ain't got nothing to eat. I done ate my sandwich throughout the morning, pinching it off from my pocket, you know what I'm saying? So this new life that we have, being educated on eating healthy and trying to do the right thing, and I still have a bag of chips in the car because I still eat the small chips first. So it's how we program and how we're wired up to try to survive. You know what I'm saying? So it's real hard. But looking at Lace Taste, your page, it has given me a lot of restaurants to go to. So I see you live in Dunwoody, so I saw you had a restaurant that you shared in Dunwoody. What was the name of it? Because they had mushroom. You had this mushroom plate and some. I think it was some potatoes or some kind of sauce on the side.
Might be talking about.
And it don't matter if it is.
It was like a sandwich.
No, it was a.
You said mushroom.
Yeah, there was a nice mix of a bowl of mushrooms.
Oh, well, it's so many. I got so many posts. So just recently I posted something from Urban Fix.
Okay.
Which was like it was a lion's mane mushroom, and they prepared it like a steak. That what you talking about?
That was protein, yeah. It was like a steak.
It looked kind of fancy, like
real pretty, and it looked real good.
Yeah,
I was
Urban
like,
Fix.
oh my God.
Urban Fix is in the city, like Peachtree.
Urban
like downtown.
Fix. Okay, and I saw you always. You also talked about Sylvan Road. Shout out to Sylvan Road because that's my side of town. Yeah, Life Bistro.
They got a spot called Life Bistro. That's
and
one of my favorites.
And it sits in the plaza. Really?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite?
It's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's up there.
It's okay.
Sure.
Okay. I've been in there once.
Yeah,
I've been in there once.
Yeah,
and it's because it's always. It's not always crowded.
Black owned too.
And it is black owned.
Kay say she love mushroom.
I do. Who that lady? Girl, say no more, cause I do too. You can just saute me some mushrooms, and I'm just gonna eat that, or just put them in the oven and just let them get crispy. See, these are the things that we can eat and snack. A pack of mushrooms now is like $3.99 when it used to didn't be that. The Bella mushroom is the one that I like.
I'm kind of new to the mushroom game. Like I didn't really like I love mushrooms now. Like portobello, oyster.
Yes.
All types of joints.
But see, those are the healthy things that we should tap into. I didn't like Brussels sprouts when we was little because believe it or not, they didn't know. Our parents didn't know how to cook
prepare it.
The boiling is not it. That's not it. Because it brings out that bitterness. So you have to roast it. You have to put it in the oven.
Put
and
some
you
balsamic
can eat it.
on there. Some garlic.
Don't start that. I'm finna give y'all the piece now. The Brussels sprouts with the mushrooms. And that's it. You ain't got. You full.
You good.
If you just fill that pan up with that, and then you can throw some asparagus on the side. All that can go in the oven together.
Yeah, and I'm new to the Brussels too. I didn't grow up eating that.
Man, I grew up eating it. No, I was like, I don't want that. I'm like, don't do that. And then I can't remember what was the first place that I ate those. Give me some stuffed mushrooms. That's why. I got into the Brussels sprout. I ate them True Food. Because I saw you, you did post a True Food thing. Like True Food, shout out to True Food in Lenox. Yeah. They all natural, everything fresh, no frozen, nothing. And even their alcoholic beverage. I remember going there and they had a ginger. Oh, I don't know, but I want it right now. But it was this ginger vodka type drink, and it was just so good. And also went there and they had this watermelon, cilantro.
A drink you talking about?
No, this was a salad.
Oh, okay.
It was just watermelon. It was a summertime thing. Because see, they go season them. Right. Oh my God. I never had watermelon with this mix.
I like True Food because it's somewhere we could like cohabitate. Like I do my thing, and if somebody isn't doing what I'm doing, they could find something too.
Say, where's True Food?
It's one right at Lenox Mall, on the side.
I think they have another elsewhere
Alpharetta.
too. Yeah. I've only been to the one at Lenox.
How do you pick your? I can't say yellow page no more. Spin page.
I go to his page.
I mean, between word of mouth or just Google or usually those two. Somebody tell me about it or I see it on social media or something like that.
So when you don't like it, how do you critique what you don't like? Because I see you everything on what I've seen on your page
is
what you like. Yeah, it's good. It's and then the word how you describe it, I'm like just lusting and just drizzle this.
Spice it up.
Y'all please go to Lace Taste page. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's a different approach.
It's a different approach. It's not like how the guy Lee does it. He just telling you everything. But
shout out to Lee though. I like
shout out to him because you have to have both sides. And no corn is one sided. You gotta have good and bad. Yeah. And he just come out raw. He just got a different deliverance. Yeah. But with your deliverance, it's more delicate, and like I said, it's poetry.
Poetic,
It's very, very well put together. That's what made me want to interview you because I'm like, dang, how did he decide to start doing this? And then you say it really was an accident, and believe it or not, that's how things work when you're not trying. When you're not trying to
just following your passion,
just doing your thing, because being a foodie, I used to post pictures when we used to go out to eat all the time. I just would post a picture because it just looked good, you know. But I never thought to put word and music with it. Yeah. And those are my 3 best things: food, music, and poetry. You know, poetry. But I like poetry, but the food and the music, oh man! And you know, I just appreciate that you are taking the time, because I just saw you. Was you in Vegas last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Vegas was dope because I actually didn't have my hopes high. I had like a preconceived expectation or lack thereof of, like, I don't know, when I think of Vegas, I've been to Vegas one time before, but it was when I was a kid. Like, I was like 19. I ain't really had no money. Like, I ain't really had no business being out there.
Right, okay, because they say this is the place to be. So
you need money to play out there. You know what I mean? It's expensive out there. Yeah. So when I think of Vegas, I don't think of like vegan. I don't think of like plant-based. I think of like
gambling.
City,
I'm thinking about leaving here, what goes on here, leaving there.
You feel me? I'm not thinking of holistic anything.
No,
you know what I mean?
Really, and that's funny. That is funny. That when people think of Vegas, they're not thinking about healthy living. The Los Angeles. That's what it has to be. You know, people are lost there.
But it's funny what I came to with this last visit is how much of a service industry ran town it is. I mean, it's like, obviously, but you don't really think about it like that till you get there. Like, it's gonna be the best restaurant I've ever been to is in Vegas.
Really?
Like, for what I like for what I eat.
Right now.
Yeah, I just posted it. It was my last post, actually.
Okay, y'all go see the last post.
Let me shout them out. I gotta shout them out. Saffron, the vegetarian eatery.
Okay.
Checks all boxes, from the ambiance to the service to the food, everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was a great experience. And there was another spot called the Modern Vegan that was good. It was like more of like a diner. Yeah, it was like more of a, because the Saffron eatery was more upscale.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, elevated. You know what I mean? Like how they presented it, like everything.
Everything was a picture.
Yeah, but the Modern Vegan was more so, like, you know, every day, like kind of like a diner. But it was fantastic as well. So it was a pleasant surprise.
Okay, good. So when you went there, you had to look it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had to Google search it.
Yeah, I didn't really do any prior research like that. We was just Googling.
So you was really just going.
Yeah.
Okay, because I see you got
with the punches and talking to people. There was this one spot that I regret not doing a video on it. It was one of those I don't want to say it's Michelin star or nothing like that, but it was like one of those that's won awards and things like that. Like they had the ladies chef jacket in the showcase, you know what I mean? Right. But we got that recommendation from one of our Lyft drivers. I just say that just to say, just talking to people, talking to locals and getting familiar.
Networking, right.
But the Saffron joint, we was in one of the malls in Las Vegas along the strip, and I just Googled it, and it was in Chinatown. Okay. And we just, on a whim, like, I mean, not on a complete whim, because we look at the ratings. Right. It was like a 4.4. You gotta do your reviews. Yeah. You gotta get them. So it just happened to be like the best restaurant I've ever been to so far.
Wow, that's amazing to hear.
Yeah,
Are you surprised how people don't look at the reviews? I'm gonna review a restaurant for
a lot of people don't. Reviews and the scores.
I don't always look at the reviews themselves, like what people say, but I'll at least look at the rating.
Right.
The rating and the amount of ratings. Because if you got like a 4, if you got like a 5 and it's like 10 people been there, it's that like, you know what I mean? But this had like the best of both worlds. Like it was a decent review and a decent amount of people. So I kind of go with that.
The amount of people.
The amount of people, but I really again appreciate your healthy living. No, I do have a friend that just probably popped up on the Instagram. Has gone. He's juiced a lot. You know, seeded fruit. You know, fruit is important also. Right. Very, very important. Really, really is what we probably should be eating: fruit and vegetables. You know, not the meat. So when you consuming meat, is dead. The food is dead. You know what I'm saying? But live vegetables, fresh fruit is very, very important. And a lot of during COVID, I saw everybody buying box food, you know, processed food. Just stuff to sustain, enough to feed the family, this and that. And then I go look over there at the vegetable, and it looked like heaven. I was like, oh shit, look at this green, red, yellow, you know, and that is life. When you look at your vegetable section, that is life. You know, everything is still alive there.
I don't
you
think
know,
people realize that. To be honest with you, by not only look, I mean, I read by vegetables last long. You're not prepared food.
Yep.
You're supposed to what you that day, and then the next day, brush and eat again.
Right.
And
Fresh.
it's just a process that with us,
it's just not as convenient.
It's not as convenient because we all work.
Right.
You know, we got some of us got children.
Right.
Some of us got
and
second
you got to
job.
feed many.
You get what I'm saying? You got to feed many. But in all actuality, supposed to eat what you're gonna consume that day.
And it's not supposed to be but one time.
One time. Right before, eat after 6, but before 9.
Right. And you don't. Breakfast is really not supposed to be.
Happen, right?
You know, you don't supposed to be eating.
Coffee or something. I've learned that you could drink coffee. But not after 11.
Right. Because breakfast is you're breaking the fast that your body does at night. Your body is really trying to come back together, heal itself, do all the things. So when we eating at 8 or 9 o'clock, your body's still working. And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to really just be letting the body ease. And we don't. I
try to keep my window from 12 to 8. That's kind of
at the 8 o'clock cut off.
Intermittent fasting. I kind of I slip sometimes. It might be a little later, but that's kind of the regimen I've been on for a while as well.
Okay. I just wish we all could get a little more health conscious. You know, again, we are. Thanks to the internet, thanks to the knowledge that's being spreaded. Because back in the day, we didn't hear how good this was. We just stuck with the bacon, the pig feet, the pigtails, you know, all the pig and the chitlins and the you know, just overdoing.
Surviving too.
And that was because that's what they gave us after they ate all the good vegetables and that. So now we eating the scrap meat, you know, the leftover meat. And so that's how we got into this whole system of not eating healthy. And shout out to the Muslims for sticking with that. Sticking with doing the right thing for the body. Because we don't do the right thing for our body. And this even me. I'm talking to me when I talk to you. I fucks up every day. When I say every day, I'm fucking up. You know?
And I'm not perfect either. Like I be eating some bullshit sometimes. Too,
and it comes from convenience.
Because you could be vegan and eat some bullshit for sure.
You know
what I mean? Like,
because and that's another perspective.
For sure.
People think vegans are perfect. They think that when people hear that you say I'm vegan, they like, oh shit, here we go. You know that you people get this shine on you. They start looking at you like you think you better than me. Nah. You know, when that's really not the case. You have the right to decide how you want to eat and how you want to live. If you want to live long, do the right thing. If you just here for the what you say, wow, hello. You only got one life to live. You know, you keep that mentality. But I really think that we want to be here. You know, we don't want to die. You know,
for a long and good time.
Right.
That's the saying. Like I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Why not both?
Right. You want to You want to have a good time while you're here. You don't want to die on your people. You don't want to die on somebody that loves you. You know?
And unfortunately, we don't have examples. That's where like representation is everything. Like without seeing it in front of you, you can't even fathom that it's a thing. So
you're right.
We gotta see it.
With me living with my mom, she was juicing, you know, every morning, and I was like, dang, you know. And you see it over there, and they slipping, and I'm like, man, let me see. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is good. This does not, you know, I think I can do this, you know. And so you add you some spinach, But then I heard one time you're not supposed to mix the vegetables with the fruit, and I'm like, that's a lie.
Yeah,
because you gotta have the sugar, the natural sugar. You know, it's versus sativa. You know, because I still feel like that's not good. You know, for you. You know, they say these sugars are, you know, this especially for diabetes. They eating this. What is it? The pink pack. Simply, what is it? Simple.
Like the sugar.
Yeah, just the stuff that the diabetes. It seems like it's sweeter than sugar to me, and I'm like, this don't make sense, you know.
That's another thing too. Sugar is a killer too.
Yeah, that's the number one drug. We think crack and heroin. Sugar is the first drug that you introduce to your child. You know, giving them a lollipop. That's sugar. That's you just gave your child crack. They will never come off of that again. You know, for the rest of their life. They're gonna crave this sweet taste, you know, and it's not good that we have been systematically programmed to want sweets, you know, and even the salt, you know, between those two white items, y'all just that white just ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Even all the way down to the white rice, the flour, the white egg. See, they done messed us up real big time because the brown egg, the brown rice, the brown, you know what I'm saying? The black is beautiful. The brown is the black rice. You know, brown rice. I've never really seen anybody cook black rice until I went to a Caribbean restaurant. Oh my God, I was like, man, I need some of this at the house, you know. And you know, so we really have to change our thinking on how we're eating. You figure out why you're sick or why mucus is staying into your body. It's because of the things that you eat, you know. And even like I say myself, I am the worst. And it sounds good coming out my mouth talking to you all, but I'm talking to me when I say this. Don't think I do not have it right, but I try, you know, and I fall. And I get back on the same ball, you know. It's not. I'm not perfect at all. Somebody said I take an old Coke with Coke and sugar. Say what? She said I take an old Coke with Coke and sugar. That's Slick. Slick drink Coca-Cola?
She does not.
Oh, okay.
She ain't drank no Coke in
I haven't either. You know, I bought a Sprite the other day with this pizza that I got. And the only reason why I bought it because it looked strange. I said, what is up? I said, why that Sprite? And then when I got it home, I said, because it's that a green bottle. Because it was a clear bottle. So I'm like, what's this Sprite? So I got the Sprite only because it was clear. And again, see-through, you know, the deception, that it was good. And I said, well, I'll be damned. I set up here and bought this Sprite just because it was not in the green bottle. You know, but I didn't even drink it. I didn't even drink it. So they just got my dollar something for me to waste it. You know, so we got to change, you know, definitely.
I think it happens with the reason, like a real reason that you believe in. I always say that, like, because even when I started to make my change, it was like until I really believed in it and really like, because I'm big on character, like just as a person, like. For instance, like me personally, I don't like when people like something that's a red flag or a turn off from people is when they're not people of their word. Like when somebody just talks, like they just say stuff but don't mean it. Like that, you can't depend on their word. But we'll do that to ourselves. We'll say, yo, I'm gonna do this, but you'll give yourself every excuse in the world and you'll give yourself all this leeway. So then when I started seeing it in that light, it makes me more like, oh, nah, I'm being a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta be what
and that's not to get too heavy on yourself. Like we not perfect, so that's gonna happen. You say something and you might not follow through.
Right.
But you have to like be impeccable with your word. Like you can't. This is a powerful tool that we have. Like you can't just say. You have to move with intention and really
stick to it. Be strong to it. And that is on me. That's myself. You know, I'm real guilty of that. I say I quit. And then the morning time come, I'm finna do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I say, this the last one today. I'm just gonna do this today. And then every day I quit. Every day I'm quitting. Every day
and that's and I'm saying that because with my gradual process, there was a lot of relapses that happened in that time. Like,
you gonna do that?
Yeah, like it wasn't just like that.
Right,
but I had to really get serious and be like, yo, like real. I mean this. Like I'm not playing with this. Like I'm not the type of person to just say something and not mean it. You know what I mean?
And doing that, and that's me too. I have to you have to stick to it and hold yourself accountable.
And it has to be a reason though. And my biggest reason, well, initially was health. Mm-hmm. But then it's still related to health, but it's like honoring those that came before me that wasn't aware, like the ancestors. Like my grandmother died from cancer a couple years ago. Okay. And like my grandmother was not only a staple in my life, obviously, but just she was like a what you call it, matriarch.
That's what I was thinking, matriarch, but I just didn't want to say it because I was like, is that what he want to say? But that is it.
That's exactly
that
it.
Is it.
Like
she's the big elephant of the family.
Yeah, like a lot of people were able to depend on her, and she was able to help a lot of people. And
the community mama.
Yeah,
everybody mama.
And that's kind of the role she played for family and people that weren't related. You know what I mean? So just honoring, I feel like it's
what you should do.
Yeah, it's just what you should do, and it's kind of being a fraud to like to see somebody die from this, and then you continue to say like, "What's still doing it?" They died in vain.
Right, right. And a lot of our ancestors and old family members have died from lack of knowledge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy you said that. Perfect segue, because I just read the narratives. The Life of Frederick Douglass. Okay. On my way to Vegas, actually. That's a long flight. It's like 4 hours.
Right. And that's so all I can get at 4 hours. That's the max, because I'm finna go crazy now.
But you know, what led to his liberty was being able to read. Right. Like that's what started everything. Right. And it makes me think of like how, and myself included, I don't read nearly as much as I should. But it's like, slaves was getting killed for trying to learn how to read.
Now we won't even think about it. Yeah. We'll scroll, but we'll read those seconds of this, but won't read a book that has way more information from the second of the post that you probably read. Even in church, I'm like, so why they just pick passages, just scriptures? You know, why not read the whole damn chapter to, so you can get more of what it is versus just a passage, because you can get misconceptions.
I think a lot of times for us, black folks, reading is, see those books. See, I read a
Right, and you do.
And you don't realize that. I'm sorry, but it actually can pick. These new mics pick up.
Pick it up real good.
Reading for us is kind of an inconvenience. We have so many other things that we think we should need to be doing besides reading, but people don't realize that. Like me, when I'm here and I work from home sometimes, when I work from home and I do my lunch, I'll take 30 minutes just to read. Right. 30 minutes, real quick, read something. Then I take 30 more minutes, go over there on DJ side and do something for 30 minutes, and then come back to work. But we look at the book. And we think, man, it's 800 pages. Yeah. And we give ourselves a mindset of we got to get through this 800 pages.
Looking at the whole thing instead of
one page at a time.
But we'll look at the whole thing on the book, but won't look at the whole thing on the help.
Right.
So you done already shot the book down.
You already shot it down because it's 800 pages.
It's overwhelming to look at the whole picture instead of piece by piece. I can relate to that too, though. Like I always correlate that with, like, for instance, if your room is dirty or something like that, you might look at the whole thing and just get over or the dishes, like the whole joint is dishes, and you're like, nah, I ain't messing with that. Instead of like, go over there, clean one dish at a time.
That's it. That's how you tackle it.
Make up your bed first.
Right. And then when the bed get good, so there go that side of clothes. Yeah. Move
Put these shoes away.
And that's how I clean, because of my ADHD. It has me all over the place. So I might start washing dishes, and then I go over here and see these clothes. So now I'm folding clothes, this is okay. Damn, I stopped. You know what I'm saying? So you be all over the place. So, and I think a lot of us has that. Mm-hmm. You know, we get overwhelmed because of the places and so much, and then you end up doing piece by piece, and you ain't finished nothing.
Right. It's all the
nothing got completed. Yeah. Everything is half done.
And don't get me wrong, we're not trying to give excuses as to why we can't do better for ourselves and our families. I think it's just a matter of we have a lot of things that correlate to why we don't succeed in a lot of places.
Right.
And
it's necessary to speak about that because you have to identify it first before you can solve it. So.
Yeah. I mean, even with the healthy eating and going back to, being vegan and, eating healthy and eating at better places and doing better things for our livelihood and our family's livelihood, we go back to the convenience thing.
That's it. That's the killer right there.
That's the killer. That's the killer for all of us, not just black folks.
And they know that.
Right. That's the killer.
The people that be like, they know that and they play towards that.
Yeah. If I get off at 6,
we dying because of it.
Yeah,
if I get off at 6, I get home at 7.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna want to cook. I want to sit down for 10 minutes.
I need to already be ready, or I need to be able to just open this bag, sit it down, and then eat. But standing over the kitchen, and again.
And that's where that preparation comes in. Like maybe that Sunday before
and you was just talking
you meal
about
prep, get right so where
you can do it. Just like discipline. You said, he don't take the meat out.
Right.
Yeah. And so now it's frozen, so now you like, damn, I gotta wait till the meat thaw out. I'm hungry. So now I'm finna go order something. Right. And spend a little more money than what I should have.
That's right.
So it's just crazy that we are conditioned. Program. And it's hard to break a program. It's hard to break a habit. Yeah. Real hard. When I say very, very hard to break habits. Once you
identify that reason that in your heart of hearts really means something to you, I think that's when it begins.
And it shouldn't be because I'm sick now.
Yeah.
That's where the fight comes in with me. I'm told, don't get sick and try to start.
We have to take preventative measures.
You gotta do it now. You can't wait till they tell you you got cancer.
Right.
Or where
now
you diabetic.
Right. Yeah.
Now you can't even reverse it. Some things you can't bring back. Exactly. Because I remember when they told me I was pre-diabetic. Oh, I went stupid. I was like, oh, ain't no more this. Then now that I got it down, got my sugar down. Oh, I'm back. Now I'm back on the chills, back on the stuff. So we do this to ourselves. And like you said, you gotta get real serious about how you want to live. And I'm not telling y'all not gonna see me drinking. I ain't telling y'all don't fuck with me back what you see me doing wrong. So what? Right. Okay? I'm still trying to get it right. And
but like you said earlier, it's about moderation.
Right.
Like I amongst my friend group, like I poke fun at certain things just out of playing around, but you don't gotta do what I did.
Right.
Like,
how you did.
Just moderate your servings. Like eating meat 3 times a day every day that's too much. And you don't have to, cut it all out at once. But start with a day where you don't eat meat, and then you know what I'm saying, or don't drink soda or whatever your vice is. Just abstain a little bit and get disciplined about it. And as you do it, it'll get easier, and before you know it, especially now, fortunately, we have a lot more resources now than we did. Even 10 years ago. Yeah. Let alone 20 when we was
really
growing up. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like now we
typewriter shit.
The excuses, the list of excuses gets smaller and smaller and smaller as your knowledge grows and your awareness grows. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now, fortunately, we have the world in our pocket every day. Whatever you want to find out, you can
figure
find
it out. If you want to. So I just want to say, Lace Taste now. That's LACEDTASTE. Follow him on Instagram. If you don't know where you want to go eat at with something healthy and a little economical, some days he got a rich place. Some days he got a little just something that you can afford.
Yeah, I be in a little hood spots and all that. We mix it up.
So Mr. Everything, just get you some rice and broccoli, stuff like that, and stuff that you can cook at home. So just follow him, and I just really appreciate you coming out today.
I appreciate y'all,
This
man.
was
Thank
the
you for
Shanny
having me.
JackMe Show, and we finna get out of here, because Misfits Radio is coming on next.
Peace.
Hey, we out.
Peace. We out.
We get our exercise. just real quick. This was good. I appreciate it.
Anticipating a chance to run into you. City of 5 hours. One day even sat through a rain shower for just a glance.